What's up, witches? I am back with another show and tell video for you today. In the past couple months, I have managed to acquire several new tarot / oracle decks. Some I bought myself, some my lovely husband gifted to me. So, that being said, I have many that I will be revealing to you here over the coming weeks. Sadly, I have been summoned back to the world of full-time office work soon, so luckily I have no upload schedule whatsoever. So that being said, it may be a little bit more sporadic from here on out, but I definitely still want to keep this going and make lots of fun pagan YouTube content for you here in the future. So today I thought I would just show you one of the tarot decks, or show you one of the oracle decks that I have acquired recently, and I figured I would start with the one that I got first and the one that I was the most excited about, because as soon as I saw the artwork from this, it definitely really appealed to me because of one card in particular, which I will show you. But this is the Faery Forest Oracle by Lucy Cavendish. And it says it's an oracle of the wild green world. And what really appealed to me about this is that I've always been really interested in Celtic and Irish folklore, especially where elves and fairies and the fae are concerned. The first artwork that I saw that I found out came from this deck was this Freyr card. And what I really liked about this card is that not only is it Freyr specifically, but this is the first time I've ever seen him depicted in artwork where he is clearly, you can clearly see him with like the pointy ears, like elf ears, and Frey is said to be the king of Alfheim, which is where the elves, or I think specifically the light elves, live. But it's just not an aspect of him that I feel like is talked about or featured very commonly. And so I just, like, that really appealed to me, combining kind of two of my favorite things, Vanir and elves into one depiction. Plus, I mean, check out the David Bowie labyrinth eyebrows on him, right? Like, you can't unsee it. I'm sorry, but yeah, I really liked that card. And so my husband bought the deck for me, and all of the artwork in here really just appeals to me. Here's another one of my favorites, Shapeshifter. And so there are a lot of different mythologies and concepts all kind of combined together into one Faery Forest Oracle deck here. So here's another cool one, the Hedge Witch. But yeah, just lots of really beautiful artwork and featuring lots of elves and fairies, which is, like I said, just the type of thing that I'm really drawn toward. And so I haven't really pulled from this deck too much yet because I have a lot of new decks. Too many new oracle decks, not enough time, basically. Here's another cool one. Yeah, I just really like so far to just go through the different cards, and they all have like a god, goddess, or like embodiment down here at the bottom, and then it'll give you like 3 keywords that go with that card. And then it does also come with a guidebook that kind of explains in depth the artwork and the concepts tied to it a little bit more. I just really like the art style of this deck. I like how colorful it is. I like the different themes that it features. Ooh, here's one of Frigga. So we have Norse, Celtic. Ragnarok is total Loki vibes, just saying. And then the other thing that I really liked about this deck is the artwork on the back of the cards, because it was like, you kind of dismiss that at first, but the more that you look at it, the more like little hidden Easter eggs you find in the picture. So I'm still kind of just going with my intuition when I'm going to do card pulls, as to, like, now that I have so many options to choose from in terms of decks, I kind of just go with intuition, depending on like if there's a specific deity that I want to work with for the reading, or what the reading is about will kind of steer me toward one deck or the other to pull from. And so I'm still kind of trying to figure out where the concepts in this deck fit in regards to my practice and how I like to use divination as a whole, I guess. And so aside from it being really pretty to look at, I haven't really done a whole lot of spreads with this one so far. Usually what I've found myself doing is pulling either 3 to 9 cards from a Rider-Waite based, more standard tarot deck, and then I'll pull like a handful of cards from one of my Oracle decks, however many I feel is needed, as kind of just an overall summary or like root of the reading. And so that's usually what I've been using these more Oracle type decks for. So I'm sure I will be incorporating this a lot more into my divination, especially as someone who works really closely with the Vanir and Frey and Freya specifically, and with him being King of Elfheim, that's definitely an aspect of him that I would really like to explore and dive into a lot further. So look for some videos from me on that in the future. But just in terms of realm travel, astral travel, that type of thing, those are things that I want to get into, and dream study, dream work, those types of things. And I feel like divination and oracle decks are an easy transition into those types of studies and practices. So that's just where I'm at with things right now. But here we have a Volva card. And so the Yule Singer. So we see some Norse concepts. The Mabon, which I believe is a Celtic term. So Norse and Celtic terms kind of combined in this deck, which is interesting. And I'm perfectly okay with that. I call myself kind of a Norse Druidic, eclectic, neo-pagan, however many labels you want to slap on it, to just as a way of saying that I'm kind of a little from column A, a little from column B. I'm not a pure historical reconstructionist. So, and especially where the elves and the Vanir are concerned, we see that there is a historical link there between the two of some type. The fact that both are kind of combined into this deck is definitely something that appeals to me. And so, yeah, hopefully I can start to work with this one a little bit more and familiarize myself with all the cards in it. But in terms of just everyday card pulls, I go to it when I feel like I need to, and on other days I go to other card decks. Hey guys, so I never really thought that I would have a chance to have a moment. I never thought I'd have a moment like this in a video, but it's me, editing Amy, and I realized now in the light of day, going back to edit this video, because I was trying to do 2 back-to-back Oracle Deck show and tell videos, that I didn't really film an actual like outro for this first part. I just kind of like dove right into doing the next Oracle Deck that I was talking about, and then I wrapped that video up. But I didn't really, I kind of just trailed off after talking about the Faery Forest Oracle. So I'm going to play around with the format of these videos a little bit, and just give me feedback and let me know which you like better, because some of the videos I've been doing like with the camera just facing the deck and just focus on that, and then these ones, for some reason, I was going to do that with these, and then I just ended up rambling about them and like showing them off next to my face the whole video. So I'll play around with both. Let me know which one you prefer, or if you want me to kind of incorporate both into one video when I do these types of things. But yeah, I'll just leave that there. I'm gonna go back to my basement cave and keep editing, keep working, and I will see you in the next one.